time. What are the odds on this?
Yeah.
Ireland's obviously the favorite.
100-1 on Ireland.
Okay. I will definitely
what are the
make
odds?
money on that.
I would like to bet money that Mason will get hurt in a pool.
In a pool, you can't get hurt.
Yeah. Oh, you absolutely
I guess
can.
you can strain something.
You can.
Yeah,
Maybe
no, I
John
can
can.
Speaking
You
of which,
can.
did I hang on? Did I win the $100,000?
You won the $100,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what's interesting about this. I want to compliment you about something.
Okay.
A lot of people, when you still have a monstrous lead in mythical money.
Yes.
But a lot of people would have just sat on that lead and coasted home. And I think the spirit of mythical money is that you keep on betting.
Yes.
And so Mason offered me a bet. He said, if you can beat me in 5 games, he picked the games. He said, if you can beat me 5 games, you got to give me $10,000 if I win, and I'll give you $100,000 if you win. And I beat you.
You went a spectacular 4-1 against the spread. I went
2 weeks in a row.
3-2 against the spread, which means you beat me and you won $100,000 mythical dollars.
Now, that's the good news for me. The bad news is all you got to do is keep showing up, and I give it right back to you.
It's true. It's true.
Because we're still in the middle of the bet that Mason's going to work 59 days in a row, and I think you're about halfway there.
I think this is 25. I think
so
this
you're
is 25. I'm on my way.
If not halfway, very close.
Bergman, are the odds changing? Am I now more likely to work the 50?
I just think you are. You are going to work.
I am
50.
good. You're right.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
barring something unforeseen.
Yeah.
I think he pulls it off.
And by the way, in the spirit of mythical money, Juan said to me yesterday, because I was going through my bets, and I bet like 10,000 here and 10,000 there and 10,000. He said, why don't you just make big bets? And I'm like, you know what? You got a really good point. Give me 50,000 mythical dollars on the Rams minus or plus the 2.5.
You get the point.
I get the point.
Good. I'm rooting for you. The biggest question in this whole 2 hours is, and Bergman, if you find anything out, I want you to jump in right away.
Okay.
Is Joe Burrow playing or not?
I am guessing, and it's a completely uneducated guess. Once they get to this point where the is he, isn't he, I assume he is.
See,
Don't
I think
you assume he's playing?
I think the opposite.
Really?
I think that he hasn't practiced all week. He's been wearing a sleeve on his calf.
Yep.
They could lose with him or without him. The Rams are pretty good.
Yeah.
I think you go to him and you say, what % are you? And
Right.
if it's anything less than 90, I'm not playing him.
So the last thing that's out there is Ian Rappaport had put out 12 minutes ago that with Joe Burrow's status in some doubt, though there is optimism he goes, the Bengals elevated quarterback Reed Sinnett and tight end Tanner Hudson from the practice squad.
Wait a minute. They activated 2 quarterbacks?
No,
from the,
one.
One quarterback from the practice
and a
squad.
tight end, but that doesn't matter.
Well, that
so
would
quarterback.
Jake Browning's the backup.
Yep. So they added a backup to the backup.
That
But-
suggests
Well, that may be
he's not playing.
Yeah, and it may be precautionary.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
think about
precautionary,
this.
yes.
If he was going to play,
Yep.
I wouldn't announce it.
No, me either.
I would
keep
say
him guessing.
game time decision, keep the Rams guessing.
Yeah.
All right, so and Adam Schefter was on Pat McAfee today and said Joe Burrow has been pushing to play and he wants to try and play tonight. I think we'll know by 4 o'clock if he's going, and that's East Coast, so we should know by now, according to
Okay,
that.
so we're keeping an eye on it. But that I think is obviously a huge part of the game tonight. I kind of like the Rams either way.
I like the Rams tonight. I like the Rams.
I think the Bengals have been
come out of the box really slow, even with Burrow. Come out of the box really slow. And I think the Rams played well against San Francisco. They did not win. San Francisco pulled away at the end, but ultimately it's a pretty decent football team. Every game is a measuring stick game. I'd like to see them go into Cincinnati and win. Next week they got to go to Indianapolis and play at the Colts, who were pretty good yesterday. They're now 2-1. That game's at Indy. Then they come home on the 8th to play the Philadelphia Eagles here at SoFi Stadium. So they're on the road for a couple of weeks here. By the way, The Athletic has got 11 NFL experts, John. How many are picking the Rams? 11 experts. How many picking
game
the
is
Rams?
in Cincinnati?
Yep.
I'll say 5.
Just one person picking the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah, but we thank him for his
Who's
support.
the one, you
Who's
know?
the one?
Yeah, let me see. It is Michael Sean Duger. Thank you, Michael Sean Duger, for being a believer, because we're coming. Oh, that's been used.
Boy, Colorado, but it was a weird college football
It
weekend.
really was. There was some weird stuff. We'll do that coming up next. We got Wheel of Question. We got everything that we normally do. What are you saying?
I'll keep going. Just keep going.
Okay. we got all the normal stuff. We got What's Up Fool coming up.
Yeah, it's just condensed.
Yeah, we're going to do 2 o'clock call of the day. We got all that stuff coming up for you, so make sure you're here. 3:15 will be, or 3 o'clock will be Game of Games, right?
Right. My game today, and in a shocking upset, Mason has the lead with 1 week to go. Now, you've got to perform this week.
Yes.
I have designed a game, and I think I've outsmarted myself.
Oh, God.
I've designed a game specifically tailored against you, and then I forgot that the last time I did this game, you won it.
Oh, nice.
So it's coming up at 3.
That's
three
good.
Straight
That's
up.
good. All right, coming up next for you, we will dive into the college football weekend. USC played UCLA, tough loss. Ohio State Notre Dame was a phenomenal game, and of course Colorado got blown out. All that stuff. Hey, if you're injured in an accident over the weekend, if it happened, and you're deciding today, how do I handle this? What do I do for myself today? First of all, you call the rental car company, then you wait to receive the call from the insurance company, and then when you talk to the insurance company, you got to make sure you don't say anything wrong, otherwise you jeopardize your case. Then you call a doctor for an appointment, but they can't see you for a week or even 2 weeks, and then they're going to be referring you to a specialist, all that stuff. Why do all this yourself? So complicated I can barely read it. Make it easy. If you're injured in an accident, immediately call my friend Jacob. Jacob and his team will handle everything for you. They'll make sure you have a rental car. They'll talk to the insurance company on your behalf. And most importantly, they will set you up with a specialist so you can begin the healing process and get your health back in order. And you don't pay a penny unless Jacob wins your case. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. And don't forget, you can follow Jacob on Instagram at call.jacob. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station. 710 ESPN.
Incredible things, magic
Are we really going to go Taylor Swift the entire time?
She is the biggest story in sports. You guys remember a few years ago I said that if Tim Tebow started dating Kim Kardashian, it would break the internet? Mm-hmm. This is pretty close second.
Pretty close.
This is what everybody's talking about.
Pretty close. Hey, $1 Million Mondays is back on 710 thanks to Hollywood Park Casino. Listen every Monday during the season for your chance to win. All you got to do is give your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams in the final score. You could be winning $1 million, and just for playing, get 2 tickets to a game at SoFi. $1 Million Mondays on 710 ESPN. Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, and play. All right, so...
We have that. What did you ask for in the break?
Oh, okay, good. So CU and Oregon played. I laid money. I laid the 21 points, and, of course, Oregon blew them out. I think it was, 42-6, I think was the final score.
At one point it was 42-0.
And before the game, Dan Lanning, who's the head coach at Oregon, gave his team a pep speech. Listen to this.
Rooted in substance, not flash. Rooted in substance. Today, we talk with our pads. You talk with your helmet, right? Every moment. The Cinderella story is over, man. Right? They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins. There's a difference, right? There's a difference, right? This game ain't going to be played in Hollywood. It's going to be played on the grass, right? It's going to be played on the grass. Let's go.
All right, so that is met with some criticism, which I don't quite understand. I think it's a hell of a good speech.
I don't understand the criticism at all.
No.
If you, by the way, because I've been in a lot of locker rooms. That was, I mean, if you're going to allow cameras in locker rooms, that's what every coach sounds like. And everybody's trying to make this about Dion and saying that it's personal, and I didn't get any of that.
I don't think it's personal.
I think he said you say whatever you can to fire your team up.
Yes.
And he did that, and I had zero issue with it.
Yeah, I have zero issue with it. I thought it was a hell of a good speech. I would want to play for that guy. And in the end, yeah, I mean, Colorado is the air out of the balloon now, or do we wait until USC whacks them on Saturday? And then the air's out of the balloon.
I think, well, they dropped out of the top 25.
Right.
But
I mean, are they still the guys, hey, let's go to the pre – are they doing it this week, the pregame shows at CU for the USC
I think
Colorado
they're going
game?
to Notre Dame Duke.
Notre Dame Duke, okay.
Yeah. How about Notre Dame? Boy, what a weird game that was.
So weird.
It seemed like they had it the whole time, and then with the game on the line, you have 10 players on the field.
For the last 2 plays, you had 10 players on the field when Ohio State's trying to score.
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
No. That just doesn't make any sense. There was a lot that didn't. By the way, USC over the weekend, Saturday night in the desert, 42-28 over Arizona State. Aside from one stretch, late third quarter, early fourth quarter, when the defense made a couple of key turnovers, the defense, frankly, wasn't very good all night long.
So, but you keep saying that you're okay with this Alex Grinch and that the defenses have been improving every week. Are you still there?
Are you putting words in my mouth? Because I said time will tell. I wasn't ready to write the defense off after the opening
Are
week.
you now?
No, I think we get a very good benchmark on Saturday. Oregon just beat CU 42-6.
Fair.
USC, you're next. What are you going to do defensively against Shedeur Sanders and Colorado? We'll get a very good idea for where USC sort of is in the Pac-12 pecking order by however much they hold Colorado down.
Greg, look up the spread in that game.
It's 23.
USC by 23?
23.
The UCLA game was just weird.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the UCLA game because I think I was watching Ohio State.
So
Notre Dame.
I was trying to get a bet in, a mythical money bet in, and I realized that the UCLA game had just kicked off. Like literally, the kicker kicked it, and I sent it. First play, UCLA gives up a pick 6, and I bet on UCLA.
Yeah, right.
But
they held the score. I mean, 14-7's not bad.
Their defense was great. But with the game on the line, Utah sacked the quarterback 3 times in a row. It was just a weird game. They're just not there yet. UCLA's not there yet, and I still think the last time Chip Kelly smiled was 1978.
Well, you always say, is that important? You want a smiley coach or a coach who wins?
Well, here's Greg. Tell me if you agree with this. Let's say there's a elite college football recruit in Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just like let's say he's, the next Shedeur Sanders, or the next Caleb Williams, and Deion Sanders goes into his living room.
Yep.
Okay, and then Nick Saban goes in there, And then Lincoln Riley goes in there.
Right.
And then Chip Kelly goes in there.
Okay.
I don't think we have a chance. I mean, those other guys are high energy, love what they're doing. Chip just kind of comes off as a grump.
Here's the weird thing, though. Really anymore, it's just when players are making decisions with the transfer portal, it's where can I go where I can
we'll
definitely
play.
start.
Yeah, fair.
Definitely start and definitely get to the NFL.
Correct.
And you can get there from UCLA or USC.
Yeah, look
True.
at look at Small Hands DTR
Yeah,
backing up in Cleveland.
There is a lot of players from UCLA in the NFL right now.
Right.
Well, here's the weird thing. Like, I know this from experience. Going to UCLA is unbelievable. You're in the nicest part of town. You're basically going to college in Beverly Hills, in Bel Air, on a spectacular campus. And, I mean, I can't – you get to live in L.A. You're on scholarship. I can't think of anything better.
Yeah.
But you have a coach that's in a bad mood all the time. I mean –
Well, bad mood. How do you know he's bad?
Do you not agree with that?
No, I think to the media he's in a bad mood, and I don't know.
Do you
I
ever
don't
see
know
him,
how
do you
he's
ever see him with the players being happy?
I mean, I've never seen him with the players that outside of like.
Well, I mean,
we have somebody. Kobe Walsh is in the back. He played for Kelly. I don't know what he's
Yeah.
like in person, but
I think if you ask Kobe, he would say Chip is always serious.
I talked to him about UCLA all the time. He said it's been a much different world. Chip Kelly has turned this program into a winner.
Right.
They won eight games 2 years ago, 9 games last year, and they were started off 3-0.
I'm still rooting for him.
They
I just
won
wish we
14
had a little more charisma.
They lost 14-7. I mean,
John's point is just grumpy. Like, you want to really be around
yeah, I mean,
grumpy
like
guys.
Martin
Yeah, I don't think
Jarmond
that
is
matters.
always in a good mood.
yeah, I don't think it matters that the guy's in a bad mood to the media. I don't think that.
Dude,
makes
what
it-
if he's in a bad mood to everybody?
Okay, if that's the case, that could be a problem. But people come. Like, people still come here. You got a 5-star recruit in
Right.
Dante Moore. That's the biggest hit that UCLA's gotten.
I'm not as down on Dante Moore as other UCLA
Good.
fans
Why are
seem to
people
be.
down?
Well, because he just looked, but he was in high school
I think
last
a lot
year.
of-
Right,
He's
exactly.
a true freshman.
You can't hold
gonna
that
take
against
time.
him. Yeah,
Right.
it's gonna
Play
take
calling
a
was a
little
little
bit
bit
to figure it out.
odd.
Yeah, but
didn't let him cook.
I wish Chip would enjoy his job more.
Yeah.
I think that would help.
I think behind the scenes he is just a laugh riot. I think Chip could do 10 minutes at the Laugh Factory and kill. No?
But I mean,
Yeah,
even if
yeah,
you
that's
talk
right.
to people about Belichick, they
Yeah.
say that when the cameras aren't rolling, Belichick is like playing practical jokes and having fun, and he's got a sense of humor. You ever hear anybody say that about Chip?
No, I've never heard that specifically about Chip.
Yeah.
Do you have
Text
any
Cody.
funny Chip stories, Bergman? Any
No,
good,
I don't
funny
know
Chip
him.
practical jokes that he's done?
No, I'm going to text Kobe Walsh, and I'm going to ask him to come back here.
Okay.
It just seems that doesn't seem like a fair fight to me.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong.
By the way, 70 points. Are you kidding me? 70 points for Miami yesterday.
And
Sean
by the way,
Payton.
Miami looks like a Super Bowl
They
team. I
absolutely
mean, I know
do.
it's only been 3 weeks, but if Miami and Kansas City meet in the AFC Championship game, how great is that going to be? Okay, so
incredible.
think about this.
Yeah.
Miami dropped 70 on Denver.
Yep.
It was 35-0 Chiefs over the Bears. Do you know that the Bears play the Broncos this week?
Oh,
Bergman, who wins that game?
Oh, God.
God.
The
Sean Payton better
Denver-Chicago
pray it's Denver.
showdown.
It's going to be 100-100 at the end of that game. How is the Denver defensive coordinator not fired today?
That's a fair question. Except it's been 3 weeks. Fired.
No,
Who
who
No,
cares?
the Bears already fired their guy.
Well,
No,
no,
that was-
he
there
quit.
was something else going
yeah,
on
there
there.
was something else
Yeah.
going on.
There was personnel. There
Oh,
was stuff.
It was off the field stuff.
Yeah, off the
yeah.
field stuff.
But
Yep.
to give up 70 points in an NFL game, the defensive coordinator should be fired immediately. This isn't college. 70 points should never be scored in an NFL game.
See, I think a lot of times, and I think we saw this. Once you're buried, you're buried. Now, Kansas or
But it was 10
Miami kept
touchdowns.
adding points.
Okay,
to
so
that
let me
thing.
ask you guys this
It was
question.
10 touchdowns, not field goals.
Okay, so that game ended with Miami having the ball on Denver's 30-yard line.
Yep.
It was basically a chip shot field goal, 46-yard, 47-yard field
Yeah.
goal. The most points ever scored in an NFL game in the history of the league is 72. They kicked that field goal, and they set the record for points in an NFL game. Mike McDaniel knew it, and he said, yeah, I just don't want to embarrass anybody. Would you, if you were the Miami coach, have kicked the field goal?
No, I would not have.
Why
We
not?
won the game.
Yeah, but
You've already set the NFL record for most yards for a team in a game,
Right.
726 yards.
But you're never going to be in this situation again. You're never going to have 70 points with a chance to break the all-time record.
yeah, I don't think you need to kick the field goal. You would kick it to
I
set
don't
the
know.
record?
Bergman, what would you do?
No, I would not. But do you remember who had the record before?
No, but
Exactly.
it
So
was in
somebody's-
like 1946.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
if they do it, I wouldn't remember who it was eventually.
That is
anyway.
amazing. 726
ridiculous.
total yards.
Fired. Defensive
Fired.
coordinator. Fired.
Fired. Bergman's like,
Every time I hear fired like that, I think of John doing that Ben and La Mirada. Like,
Dave Roberts fired. Steve Mason fired. What did I do to deserve firing? You left early. I did not leave early. See if you can find that, Jorge. That's worth playing again.
all right.
But
I shouldn't have brought it up. Kobe Walsh is coming back here. He's actually, I see him turning
yeah.
the corner
Oh,
right
yeah.
here. I want
Good.
to see what he thinks about
Where?
Chip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so. Okay,
Here.
let's
Do
go
you want-
ahead.
Oh, wait, no, he's coming in right now.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Kobe.
No, Kobe.
Hey,
How do
Kobe, what's
me
up,
of all
man?
people.
Cody's his cousin.
Yeah, thank you. Kobe, does Chip Kelly have a sense of humor?
It's an interesting sense of humor.
What does that mean?
That's a very nice way of putting that.
Essentially, it's a no, and if Chip's listening, I love you and I'm sorry, but he's not a player's coach at all. He's very serious. Books and ball is his motto. So no, he doesn't have
Books and ball. That's no fun.
That's no fun.
Books and ball and nothing
I
else.
made the comment, and you played for him. You played for him at UCLA. I made the comment that it would help if there was like the number one recruit in the world was in LA. That if Lincoln Riley goes in there, if Dion goes in there, if Nick Saban goes in there, it's very personality driven. Do you think Chip can compete in that room?
No.
My
Greg,
rest
that
my
is very,
case.
very frank.
Your star
Kobe.
witness just helped me, not you.
And it pains me to say.
Yeah.
It pains me to say, but no, he doesn't.
I
stand
used
a
to say
chance with
this
those
when.
guys.
All right, I give.
Okay, I used to
You
say,
give?
I used to say this when Carl Durrell was the coach at UCLA and Pete Carroll was the coach at USC.
Yep.
And if you're a recruit, and Pete Carroll comes in, and he gives you his spiel,
Yep.
and then Carl Durrell comes in and gives you his spiel, where are you going?
Yeah. It's fair.
So I hope I'm wrong. I still root for UCLA. I went to school there, but it just seems like a mismatch.
Yeah, it's certainly a mismatch. Although, the Lincoln Riley stuff last week wasn't helpful.
Right. Well, that's true. Chip can go in and say, look, you could go play for Lincoln Riley, but he might suspend you
Yeah.
if you criticize him.
Or Chip could say, hey, you're a reporter. Come in here, write anything you want.
Chip basically did that
Yeah.
this week. So they asked him about the Lincoln Riley thing, and Chip goes, you can do that? I didn't even know you could do that. I can
Yeah.
suspend you guys? Let me in there.
It's funny.
Yeah.
See,
funny.
sense of humor.
No, he was serious.
Yeah, no, he was dead serious. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. Hey, tonight at Hollywood Park Casino, join producer Jorge
Yeah.
and producer Laura for a Monday night football party at Hollywood Park Casino. Got a chance to enter to win $1 million as part of $1 Million Mondays. That's Monday Night Football with producer Jorge and Laura tonight at Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, and play. Do you have a special performance tonight, Jorge? What are you gonna do out there?
Well, it's a surprise for the people.
Oh,
you
it's
know?
a
Yeah,
surprise.
it's a surprise. We can't
Show up
let
for
them
a
in.
surprise.
Exactly. Show
All right.
up and you'll see what's up.
He said he was going to juggle.
Exactly. With a soccer ball. Can you imagine
Excellent.
that? A football,
Excellent.
actually.
All right, we'll do Wheel of Questions next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about ZipRecruiter. I saw Ian Siegel today, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, and Ian will tell you, they don't leave anything to chance. And here's the best part. Think about this. Nothing is free anymore in this world. The only thing that's free in this world, there are two things. One, if you eat dinner in the restaurant where Taylor Swift is going, she'll pick up your tab. Number two, if you use ZipRecruiter to help find qualified candidates for your next role. It's free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. How quickly can ZipRecruiter help you find qualified candidates for your roles? How about one day? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 24 hours. So speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Just go to that exclusive web address. Try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. What are you waiting for? Try ZipRecruiter today. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
It's Evan Cohen, part of the
Let's see. Okay, I like this. If you could have any specific view out your office window, what would you choose? So you can see anything in the world out your office window. We'll pretend like we have offices. Out the office window,
I do.
what would you want to see? Yeah, Bergman, you have one. What would you want to see?
So, Greg, if you could change, well, you have a pretty good view, but if you could change the view, what would you change it to?
I would change it to the Grand Canyon.
Nice.
I wanted outdoors, mountains, all that, trees, wonderfulness.
Outdoor mountains and trees. Both.
Yes, wonderfulness.
Okay, good. I like that. Jorge, what about you?
Something with a waterfall in it. Just nice waterfalls, just water running down.
One
a
of those
mountain,
gigantic ones in South America where it falls hundreds of feet. That's really cool.
Like
from
Angel
Argentina.
Fall.
I'm kind of on your page. I would want something with water. There's a hotel in Vancouver where we used to stay when the Lakers played, when the Grizzlies were in Vancouver, called the Pan Pacific Hotel. If you go online and look at it, it's built on a ridge overlooking the ocean, and it's perfect. And so it would be something along that. I need water because I'm a beach kid. I need water in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Waterfall would be a bonus, but anything else is good.
I want Mount Rushmore. Right out my window, I want
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. No, I hate Mount Rushmores. I hate when you say 4 basketball
players.
So
why would you want to look at it every day?
Because they're the real guys. It's Lincoln and Washington and Roosevelt.
But you realize if Trump gets reelected, he's putting himself on Mount Rushmore.
Well,
Wouldn't that make you want to throw up?
I don't know about that.
Well, he says he's gonna. Yeah. He believes he deserves to be on it.
Sure, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think Mount Rushmore is Mount Rushmore.
I've never seen it in person. Have you?
Yeah, I have.
It's in North Dakota or South Dakota?
South Dakota. It's fantastic. When I went to that gigantic motorcycle thing,
Hovik has a good line. I'd like to have the view of Dodger Stadium. I could watch all the games.
Oh, there you go. That's a very good idea. Yeah.
Nice.
It's good. By the way, Bergman went out, and you were talking about mountains and trees and nature. You went out on a nature trip this weekend.
Yeah, I went to Yosemite this weekend, and I have never been there before, and it was absolutely incredible.
What was the coolest thing?
The coolest thing was I saw Jorge's waterfall. I went to Yosemite Falls, and I hiked it. It was very far. It took about 6.5 hours round trip.
6.5 hour hike.
Yeah,
wow.
It was about 7 miles round trip, and it was crazy uphill.
Yep. Did you spend the night in Yosemite?
Yeah, I spent the night.
Did you go glamping? Did you have like an air conditioned bed with a comforter and sheets? Because then I'll go.
Oh no, I was in a hotel. So
that's fine.
Yeah, that was in a hotel.
You didn't do what Slee does. You didn't like pitch a tent.
No, I would, but that was not what this trip was about. I wanted to be in a hotel, and I wanted to go in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, that's
very,
you. Well,
very important.
Now I feel my job with you is done. I have properly affected you in a way that now will last you a lifetime.
So you went with a lady friend,
yes,
right?
I did go with a lady
How'd
friend.
that go?
It was really good.
Very nice.
We drove the whole way up, and
you were still speaking to each other on the way back.
Still speaking on the way
way
back, and still speaking today.
That's a victory.
Fine.
So, hey, during Supercross Talk, you brought up Brandon Staley and how you think he's an idiot.
He is so dumb.
All right, but here's the thing. Would you
I've never said that.
Would
so
you
dumb.
be saying it if they would have made it?
Yes.
Why?
Because you don't go
unnecessary
for it.
risk.
There is unnecessary risk there. I mean, you've got a lead at that point. Why are you not just punting the ball away? You got a minute 51 left in the game. Why do you not punt it away, knowing they only have one timeout and haven't been particularly effective on that day? Instead, you give him the ball at the 21.
He doesn't trust his defense. That's why.
Yeah, but honestly, think about this, John. Would you have done the same thing?
I don't think I would have, only because of where the field position was.
Correct, 100%.
But I tend to at least ask about going for it more than other people do. Like there's that high school coach. I've always wondered if that high school coach ever gets a college job. That guy Kevin Kelly in Arkansas.
I'm guessing no, but
he's won 7 state titles in Arkansas. He never punts ever. But he's able to stack the deck. He has all the best kids, and it's a little bit of a misnomer.
But I mean, this is the NFL. You're on your own 24-yard line. You've got a lead. You got a chance to punt it away. Instead, you go for it. To me, Brandon Staley is too smart for his own good. He's trying to outwit everybody, and you can't outwit everybody. Punt the ball away the way a normal coach would.
Do you disagree with me that in those situations, it seems to come down to if you make it, you're a genius, and if you don't, you should be fired? I mean, that's how people look at these. Like last night, Raiders down 8.
Oh, idiotic.
2 minutes to go. Josh McDaniel punts.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, why punt?
Well, kick the field goal, right?
Yeah, or kicks the field goal. Yeah. And I mean, why kick the field goal? You were 8 points down.
Yeah, it is a one-score game.
And he never got the ball back. I think he got it back with like 10 seconds left. And the game
in a one-score game, who doesn't go for it on, I think it was 4th and 4.
So see what I'm saying, though? Like, we're calling Brandon Staley an idiot because he did go for it, and Josh McDaniel's an idiot because he didn't.
Well, yeah, because it's a one-score game. You got a chance to score. There's a difference between being on defense and being on offense.
Right.
And the scores matter. Brandon Staley was winning, and Josh McDaniel was losing.
I will say this, that as if I was a fan of the Vikings, when he went for it, I would be saying, oh, God, this is bad. If he makes it, the game's over.
Correct.
So he was trying to win the game. It was an error of commission.
You know what Sean McVay would do?
Punt.
He would have punted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean McVay is not that. He would have punted in that situation. I think the average.
And didn't Brandon Staley used to work for Sean McVay?
Yes, Brandon Staley was his defensive coordinator.
He's one of the 19 coaches in the NFL that comes from McVay's tree.
Stolen away.
Oh, by
exactly.
the way, so I was golfing this morning, and this guy pulls up in a golf cart next to me, and he goes, "Hey," because he goes, "You know how you guys, when you do 2:00 call of the day, which by the way is coming up in 8 minutes.
Yes.
You guys say very first thing, don't ask us how we're doing.
Right.
He goes, go back and listen to your interview with Sean McVay and see the first question that Mason asked him. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Well, that's a different scenario.
No, it's not.
Of course,
Stop
you
it.
welcome
Stop it.
somebody to the show.
Stop it.
But so why are we?
We don't care how he is.
Yeah, we really don't. We should hit him with a question right out of the gate.
Did
Absolutely.
I ask him how he's
You
doing?
always do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why does
But
it?
So
why
Coach,
do
how
we
you doing?
do it to McVay, but we don't allow callers to do it to us?
so-
I think we should allow callers to do it to us, or stop doing it to McVay.
Stop doing it to McVay. I'm sure for Dave Roberts, you probably said,
How would I introduce McVay?
Hey, Skip, how you doing?
Sean, let me start with this.
Yeah, no, but you always get the first question. That's
Right.
the way we've got this lined up, is you get the first question, I get the second question.
Hey,
That's
Coach,
the
thanks
way
for
it
coming
goes.
on.
People think that we're just making stuff up here. You always get the first question in every interview. I welcome them and then kick to you.
So, but could you welcome him without asking him how he is?
Hey, Coach Sean McVay, thanks a lot for joining us.
And stop there.
John's got a question.
No. Or thanks a lot for joining us. And then I just go.
You just go.
Should we
okay.
try it this week?
I'll try it this week.
Or should we just allow everybody to ask how you're
No,
doing?
I don't think we want to waste time asking how we're doing.
No, not at all.
So you admit it's a waste of time, even though we ask McVay every week how he's doing.
It's a throw. Coach, how you doing? Pretty good. John asked the question.
Right,
I mean,
but so how would that be different than what we're going to do in 8 minutes? Hey, guys, how you doing?
Because nobody cares how we're doing.
That's
I
true.
am curious on how Sean's doing.
Are you?
I do.
What do
wanna
you
know.
expect him to say?
I'm bummed because of the game on Sunday. Something like that.
No, he's not going to do that. I'm feeling pretty good. You know, we tried really
So it'll
hard.
be
We put the
interesting
right
to
guys
see-
in the right places at the right time.
It'll be interesting to
thanks.
see what day we get him this week, if at all.
I would assume Thursday. Everything's probably going to get pushed back.
Push back.
Yeah. But I don't know.
But
I'll
last
find
week
out.
we did Thursday because they had a Monday game.
Yeah, but to this
But
week. That's why I'm weirded.
Next weekend,
Yeah.
do they have a Sunday game?
Yes. It's at Indy.
So I bet you it's Wednesday.
You know what's interesting?
Maybe.
Now, do you fly home if you're them? I'm guessing they probably did, but
There's teams that are staying in like Arizona when they have to play San
No,
Francisco.
this is an excellent question because they're right there.
yeah, they're right there. They're playing in Cincinnati and they're in Indianapolis on Sunday
But
on a short
all right,
week.
I know
I
a
would
lot
bet they
about this
stay.
because of what the Lakers do. But basketball's a little different. They could theoretically, well, if they fly home tonight after the game,
Yep.
which is what I think they're going to do, and get in the morning, then they're in their own beds Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, fly Saturday. I think
Right.
that's worth coming home for.
Okay.
But if they had a Saturday game or a Thursday game, they would absolutely stay.
Right. All right. Ready to do 2 o'clock call today? Let's do it. By the way, this machine's broke all the time.
Is it again? I
It's
reset
broke
it
again. Everything's broke. Everything's broke.
Why are
around
you
here.
trying to ramp me up on purpose? Are you ramping me up
Everything's
on
broke.
purpose?
Why
Did
broke?
you see what happened last week?
Machine is broke.
Hey, Bergman, let's get to the important stuff. What's the latest on Joe Burrow? Anything?
No,
Nothing?
I have not seen anything so far. I'm following along.
Okay.
I'm planning
ESPN,
on-
I've got it on ESPN, and they still say questionable after limited practice.
I am planning on him being out there tonight.
16 minutes. Laurel Rutledge just spoke to Zach Taylor and asked about the status of quarterback Joe Burrow tonight. He said, "We aren't ready to reveal a decision just yet, and we will wait a couple more hours before we make a call."
Okay.
That was 16 minutes ago.
Here's what I heard between the lines. He's playing. That's what I heard.
Could be.
All right,
Could be playing.
877-710 ESPN. It's 2 o'clock call of the day. There's so much going on. We've hit a bunch of it. College football, USC's defense, UCLA, Chip Kelly's not funny. We've got what Brandon Staley did, what Josh McDaniel did, all that stuff. 877-710 ESPN. Big Football Monday, 877-710 ESPN. Hey, $1 Million Mondays is back on 710 ESPN thanks to Hollywood Park Casino. Listen every Monday during football season for your chance to win. All you got to do is give your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams in the final score, you could be winning $1 million. And just for playing, you get 2 tickets for a game at SoFi. $1 Million Mondays on 710 ESPN, presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat and drink and play. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The return of Million
Today is One Hit Wonder Monday.
No, National Day.
Well, National Day,
Yeah,
but
of
it's
course.
One Hit Wonder Monday. Sure. And I'm trying to think what this is Lou Bega, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Heck, yeah.
What was this song?
Mamba number 5.
Yep.
Number 5. Yeah. Yeah, I can see why he only had one hit.
I'm trying to think.
It's kind of a one-trick pony.
I'm trying to think the biggest one-hit wonder of all time.
Soft Love. Or Soft
Tainted
Cell,
Love.
Tainted Love. That's a good one.
Bigger than Don McLean, American Pie?
Well, he had multiple hits. Don McLean.
Oh,
had
did he?
Vincent. He had a bunch
other
of-
hits.
Yeah, he had other. I would say the other one would be, let's see, Soft Cell, and then Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Come on, Eileen.
Eileen is a good one.
What
too.
about Walking on Sunshine, Katrina and the Waves?
Katrina and the Waves. I once tried. They tried to fix me up on a date with Katrina from Katrina and the Waves.
Little did they know.
Yeah, little did they know. What a mistake. Poor Katrina.
Would have been a long night
Not
for her.
Walking on Sunshine.
Yeah.
With me. All right, so 2:00 call today. So much going on right now. John, lines 1 through 42. Which one do you want to go with?
In honor of Kareem, 33.
33. Let's go to Dave in Agora. Dave, you're on 710. Don't ask us how we're doing.
Hey, guys. I would go with Radar Love as one-hit wonder. What do you think of that?
Who sang it?
Who does Radar Love?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
they're definitely one hit then.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, I wanted to talk about Brandon Staley's decision.
Right.
It was like 4th and a half a yard.
Yep.
And I would have punted also. But if you're going to go for it in that situation, you've got like 8 yards rushing the whole game.
Yeah.
You got to go with a quarterback sneak. You got a big quarterback, and now isn't the bush push legal in the NFL now?
Well, they just never call it.
Yeah, they don't ever call
Every time I see a quarterback sneak now, they just push him over. It's like they almost always make it.
I'm trying to remember. Was it a half yard or was it?
I think so.
No, it was half a yard.
It was half a
most.
yard. Yeah. Why is that not sweep territory?
And Staley
yeah.
said, I think I read Staley said that the formation took it away from them. But when those guys do quarterback sneaks, they always know they're going to do it. They always have a defensive formation to try to stop it.
Yes.
But with that bush push and a 230-pound quarterback or whatever, 6'5", come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks
it
for
makes
calling.
sense.
Yeah, by the way, that is true. What did they – oh, is this Radar Love?
Who sang it?
Golden Earring.
Golden Earring.
Yeah, that's
Golden
definitely a
Earring.
one-hit wonder.
Play their other songs.
Hey, take that call on line 11 from Dusty in Burbank.
Dusty, you're on 710. Don't ask us how we're doing.
Hey, Dusty.
What's happening, guys?
How you doing?
What's happening, guys?
Good.
2 in a row.
All right. Dusty, what do you want to call about?
Hey, guys, what's happening?
That's the third time you've said it. You're out.
What the hell is going on? That's
See, this is why now it's a bit for them that they want to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, you think they all want to do a bit now?
Well, that guy.
I like
it was
bits.
that
We
guy.
love bits here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bits make the world
but
go round.
that's what that guy was
You
doing.
think that guy was goofing on us?
Yeah, for 3 times he was obviously wanting to get rid of you.
Either that or he didn't believe he was on the air and he was just going to keep saying it.
I think he was yanking our chain. That's
Hey,
it.
what
I'm
the hell
done
happened to
with
the Cowboys yesterday?
Yeah, you know,
It's more and more shaping up like Niners. It looks like after 3 weeks, Niners, Dolphins, maybe Niners, Chiefs. Do we give the Eagles any love? I mean, they played tonight.
You know, the way you play in Week 3 isn't necessarily the way you play in Week 17, right?
Right,
I mean,
but
I think
Dallas
the Eagles
looked
are
like
gonna get better.
a team that has problems.
But
like
don't you
they
think-
didn't even show up.
Don't you just think you flake on a game sometimes? I think
Yeah.
that was a classic case of flaking on a game, where just weird stuff happens. And by the way, you can tell
they had like 13 penalties. They didn't even show
13
up.
penalties. Yeah,
You know, it was just.
You know what's weird about that game, too? Arizona has played 3 NFC East teams in the first 3 weeks. They played Washington, the Giants, and the Cowboys.
Yes.
Have you seen anything happen like that before? That's weird.
I don't know. The Rams get all the NFC East.
Well, that's fine.
Well, you got to play them all twice.
But
Yeah, we
play them all in a row. It's weird.
Yeah, and in the first 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's
yeah.
weird. It's a weird schedule quirk.
Yes, it is.
Schedule is not a word.
Nope, not.
Not as far as we know.
So let me talk about the Dodgers a little bit. Let's get into the Dodgers.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up because here's my question. Clayton Kershaw on Saturday night threw 5 shutout innings.
Following 4 shutout innings last weekend.
But he did not have a pitch go over 90 miles an hour.
Yep.
So all of his pitches are in the 80s, and he's walking a lot of guys. Bobby Miller throws 100 miles an hour.
Right.
Playoffs start tomorrow. Who gets the ball game?
Clayton
one?
Kershaw. I have no hesitation whatsoever.
See, Greg, I give it to Bobby Miller. I think
I give it to Clayton
I think
Kershaw.
a guy walking as many people as Clayton. I think he has in those 9 innings. He had 12 walks that Mason's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And Travis talked about this on Travis and Slee. When you lose your velocity, you start trying to paint the corners.
Correct.
True.
And so that's what Kershaw's doing now, and that's why he's walking people.
By the way, he had 2 walks the other night. 2 hits and 2 walks in 5 innings.
Right. Well, how many walks did he get before that?
The game.
He had another 2. I think
previous
it was 2.
Saturday was it 2? Another 2 walks.
I think he's walking more people than he normally does.
You're right. He is walking more people.
I would give the ball to Bobby Miller and have Kershaw because I want Bobby Miller available to pitch game 1, game 4, and game 7.
I want Clayton Kershaw to be able.
So he's not Clayton Kershaw.
In the DS, it would be 1 and 4, but also there's a lot of time left over.
Who
Bobby
Bergman?
Miller.
Playoffs start tomorrow. Who gets the ball game 1?
So I want to say Bobby Miller, but his last 3 starts have not been good. The last start was fine, where it looked like the numbers looked good, but he was getting hit hard. You can't go just by the numbers. I was at the game watching Bobby Miller. He was getting hit hard. He hit guys. He was walking guys. Balls were getting smacked into James Outman made an amazing catch to stop a ball. Otherwise, that would have been a completely different game.
Yep.
So I've just seen over the last 4 games, he has fallen back a lot.
You didn't answer my question.
Clayton
Who starts
Kershaw.
game 1?
You give the ball to Kershaw.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Clayton
Kershaw 9 consecutive scoreless innings, allowed 4 hits and 4 walks. 9 consecutive scoreless innings. No, I mean you can live with that. And by the way, that's it. Because you lose your velocity doesn't necessarily mean you're done. You've got to be really crafty if you don't have your velocity.
So if you say walks or hits, that's 8 hits in 9 innings.
Yeah, it's less than a 1 ratio.
Yeah, that's not good though.
Yeah,
you
but
don't
it's
want to
like
give
a
up.
point. It's like a 0.9 something ratio. That's fantastic.
No. Yeah. Wait a minute. You allow 8 base runners in 9 innings?
Think about this.
No, you want 8. You want him to walk 8 people in 9 innings.
No, he walked 4 people in 9 innings.
And he gave up 4 hits.
That's too many walks.
4 hits. That's 8 base runners in 9 innings, which is less than a 1 ratio.
Yeah, that's not good though.
Yeah.
You don't want
Less
base
than a
runners.
1 ratio
You don't want
is
base
great.
runners every inning.
The hits, 4 hits in 9 innings, fine. The 4 walks in 9 innings, that's not good. You don't want that.
And no pitches over 90.
Well, that's just those days are gone for this year.
Yeah.
Those days are gone. He's going to have to be crafty. He's going to have to be smart.
Well, they obviously have pitching problems. We may be arguing over, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? If they don't get some more pitching.
God, I hope not. I hope it doesn't end that fast.
They're in trouble. But let's see. A lot of it depends on who they draw.
Yeah, it'll be either Milwaukee or who's it look like on the other side?
Cubs or Milwaukee as of right now.
Cubs or Milwaukee, and then who's that other team? Miami? Or is the other team Arizona?
Arizona's in right now.
Right, winner of Arizona.
Miami can get in, but it'll be, you're talking about Arizona, Philly.
Arizona, Philly, winner.
Right, and then Miami can get in.
They can get in for the second. Cincinnati can get in for the second, but it looks like it's going to be...
The Giants are basically done after losing 2 or 3.
Yeah. And by the way, Dodgers won last night in extras 3-2, and during the game... They did this, mic up the guy, and did you see who it was this week?
It was Rojas, right?
It was Miguel Rojas at shortstop. Carl Ravitch, Eduardo Perez talking to Miguel Rojas during an inning while he's playing shortstop.
And I've been using his bats and his gets here, and I don't think it's been a surprise that as soon as I start. Sorry guys, need to make this play real quick.
Okay, we're comfortable.
Thank you. Well, not that comfortable. It's the first time doing this, but I have to make the play for Lynn. He's going to get mad at me if I don't do it.
No? There you go.
Yeah, he's talking about Lance Lynn. I've gotten to the point now with Rojas. I know he can't hit, but he's such a good fielder that I want him in there even if he's not going to hit. I think he saves them runs defensively. What do you think?
I think there's no question he saves them runs defensively. I think he's had a really good year defensively. Offensively, he's not been productive, but you know what?
Look over the last 30 days. He's been great.
Last 30 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if he wasn't, Craig, I would leave him in there for his defense. I think he's that good defensively.
You need the defense, especially if you don't have the pitching. You need the defense.
Well, and Muncy is an average defensive third baseman. They rotate guys at second. having a really good vacuum cleaner of a shortstop is important.
Yes, that actually was the reason that they brought him in, was for his defense,
right.
Knowing that he wasn't some amazing offensive mastermind.
Right.
Yeah.
But Bergman,
Miguel
you say
Rojas,
last 30 days?
Yeah, he's batting 300, 347 on base, 457
Yeah, that's just,
slug,
that's
804
bonus.
OPS.
Sign me up.
Yeah,
There's
take
your
it.
shortstop.
Yep.
Got hot at the right time.
21 hits and 70 at bats. Yeah, he's fine.
Really nice.
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think that's solid. They have so much positionality on that team. They can move people around. They can move Mookie around. They can move Chris Taylor around. I mean, we're going to see some weird lineups, and we're going to see some weird pitching. You thought it was weird before. I think it's very likely we see an opener and a bulk starter and a setup guy and a closer, and we're going to see a lot of bulk starters. I can see Pepio thrown as a bulk starter. I can see. Do you think Gavin Stone will make the roster?
He could. I mean, Emmett Sheehan's probably going to get there right as of right
probably
now,
gonna get
since
there,
he had
yeah.
another almost perfect outing. So
Yeah.
but I mean, Michael Grove's going to make it out of the bullpen most likely.
Pitching is going to be very weird this year, and there are going to be more situations where people question Dave Roberts than ever before. We talked to Dave on Friday. I mean, honestly, this is his best managing job ever this year.
Yeah,
this team has far exceeded my expectations for sure.
You lose all 5 starters essentially, and you also have to play Mookie at second or short. Yeah. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, tonight at Hollywood Park Casino, join producer Jorge. Producer Jorge, you're at HPC tonight. What are you cooking up?
Well, we're giving away a chance to win $1 million.
Don't say we're giving away.
No, we're not giving away $1
You're
million.
right.
We're giving a chance to win $1 million.
There you go.
And then we'll have other prizes and whatnot. So yeah, come join us 5:00.
Okay, 5:00. That's Hollywood Park Casino. Again, $1 Million Mondays, and it is brought to you by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat and drink and play. All right, coming up next for you, Puka Nacua has set the record for most catches in his first 2 games. We're getting ready for the Rams tonight, as a rookie, by the way. Coming up next, one of the reasons why. We got that coming up for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The return of return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 million mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
ESPN.
$1 Million Mondays, presented by Hollywood Park Casino.
$1 Million Mondays.
Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
$1 Million Mondays are back on 710, and I think we got caller number 7, Jack. Are you ready, partner? Let's find out who's caller number 7.
All right, here we go. We welcome to the show right now Daniel Hurtado from Lake Piru.
Woo, yeah.
Daniel, way to go, man. You're calling number 7.
All right, Daniel. Now, the good news is we're giving you 2 tickets to go to the SoFi no matter what you guess right now. But if you correctly pick the 2 teams in the Super Bowl and you nail the score, we're going to give you $1 million. So,
okay,
Daniel, which 2 teams do you want and what's the score?
49ers 28, Miami Dolphins 24.
I like it.
I like that pick.
I do too.
I hope you're wrong, but I like that
Yeah,
pick.
but I think it's a strong pick.
Hate the Niners.
Go Niners!
Oh, no.
Jorge, you're kind of guy.
Go Niners.
Yeah.
Daniel.
All right,
What's up, fool?
What's up, fool? I miss you guys over here.
Daniel Hurtado from Lake Piru, 49ers 28, Dolphins 24. Good prediction. You got a chance. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for calling, man.
Thank you.
All right, Daniel, good luck.
And $1 Million Mondays on 710 ESPN, presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, and play. All right, so who would have guessed that the funniest line of the day would come from Bill Belichick? Hit it, Jorge.
Well, I would say that Travis Kelce's had a lot of big catches in his career. This would be the biggest.
See?
Nailed it.
Pretty big.
What, do you think Chip Kelly would come up with that?
No, no. Chip Kelly would not have that kind of material. By the way, am I the only one that thinks the Taylor Swift effect is going to be negative for Kansas City? I think it's going to be negative for Kansas City.
How dare you?
How
dare you?
Seriously.
You besmirch America's sweetheart. How could you?
Yes. I love Taylor Swift. I saw her in concert, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But this is the date a celebrity rule. If you're if you're
Disagree.
a famous person dating another famous person, chances are it's not going to work out. Do you think there's a negative effect from Taylor Swift being around Travis Kelce and the Chiefs?
0. She's a billionaireess. Bergman, what have I always told you is the most important thing when looking for a romantic partner?
They have a lot of money.
Amen. She has more money than anybody.
Yeah.
And she's great looking. She appears to be nice. Bring it on.
That doesn't mean it's not going to affect Travis Kelce.
That's exactly what it means.
Like, for example, I heard Emily, who's a she's
a Taylor Swift apologist.
Yeah, she is. She said that during Travis Kelce's off week, she's playing a concert in Buenos Aires, and maybe Travis Kelce will fly down there. Now, tell me there's not a negative impact during your bye week flying all the way to Buenos Aires and all the way back.
I agree. Bergman, you fly to Buenos Aires and tell Taylor Swift that Kelsey's out.
Perfect. I'm sure she'll be jumping all over it.
Bergman is otherwise engaged.
Oh,
for now.
No,
yeah.
I mean, it's
not engaged.
the way that
it's going
Emily
well.
puts it. The way that Emily puts that the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce is a situationship. So this is a situationship.
This is what cynical me said that first thing this morning. Is
I
that
thought
it's
you
like
believed
a strategic
in love.
dating.
What has happened to you?
I do believe in love.
Where is your belief in love?
I don't think that's it.
Where is your belief in love?
I believe in love.
You don't.
I
you
do.
just say you're saying this is negative.
I'm saying
these two kids are in love.
I'm
Why are
saying
you crapping on
Taylor
it?
Swift is using Travis Kelce and vice versa. It's good for both of their brands. I think that's the way dating works amongst famous people. It's like, I can get your audience, I can get your audience. It's like Kim and Kanye. That was a very mutually beneficial relationship, and I think Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift is exactly the same thing. Call me a cynic. So, Ireland, fantasy football.
Hey, Tyler just walked in.
Tyler.
The good news is Tyler seems to have righted the ship.
Yes, he has, thanks to a
all
trade
the
I made with
moves
him.
that he has made are now starting to pay off. But, Tyler, did you see the bad... Get on a mic, Tyler, because you got some bad news to go with all your good news about half an hour ago. Tyler made a lot of moves. I told him... You. By the way, you giving Tyler Raheem Mostert, is that payback for me giving you Josh Jacobs?
No.
I
think that was a classic sell high. I think when Jeff Wilson comes back, he's going to steal carries from Raheem Mostert.
I think Raheem Mostert is the man. Now, Tyler,
Sir.
You're going to win this week. Your first win in fantasy football.
Score right now.
I think you're getting ahead of it a little bit.
Why?
Because the projection says it's going to be closer than you're giving it credit for.
Why? What? The other team still has guys tonight?
Oh, yeah.
How many?
3 or 4, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to be closer than it looks.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, but did you see the Mike Williams news?
I did get the Mike Williams news.
So
and if I can just comment on that.
Oh, please, comment away.
Thanks, Mace. The first 2 weeks, I played him.
Yeah.
I regret it both weeks. Week 3, he shows up,
and
then he's done for the season. So it's fine. I write him off.
Okay.
He's done.
All right. Here's my question. When, in God's name, are you going to put Jahmyr Gibbs on the bench?
Jahmyr Gibbs is officially done. I gave him until week 3. The only reason I gave him
You had Ford and you didn't play him.
The only reason I gave Gibbs one more week was because I wanted to see what Detroit was going to do with Monty out. With Monty out, I was confident Gibbs was going to be their guy. It's evident he's most certainly not.
Yeah.
I now have Ford on the bench ready for week 4.
Okay. So let's look at Tyler's thing. He's up 30. And the other guy...
Are we done, Tyler? You don't have any more players
Correct.
tonight?
My team is all through, yes.
He's got Joe Mixon.
Hold on, Mace. What did my team put up?
I gave the score, 83-53, 30-point lead.
Okay, how many?
Joe Mixon, Kyron Williams, and Puka Nacua.
Now, the projection
points.
only has this matchup being an 8-point differential. It is currently a 30-point differential, so it's going to be closer than it looks.
But if you add up what they think those 3 guys are going to get, does it add up to 30?
5.
No,
I'm saying
that's up to 23.
There's
it's going to be very close.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Now let me bounce my matchup.
Did you win?
I am. I'm losing at the moment, but we both have guys going tonight, so I'm down 9. I've got Mike Evans, Jamar Chase, and Brent Maher from the Rams.
Okay.
He's got Rashad White, Devontae Smith, and Evan McPherson from Cincinnati.
So you each have a kicker.
Right.
That could swing it.
Yep.
I like Devontae Smith. I would rather have the players you have than the players he has. How far are you down?
9.
Gonna be tight.
It's tough.
Yeah, gonna be tight.
I'm tonight when I'm watching the Rams game, I'm going to be rooting against Jamar Chase on every single play.
Right.
I would rather the Rams win than my fantasy team wins.
Well, he's got the guy that I'm playing has Puka.
Yeah.
And I've got Stafford on the bench, so let's go Rams.
Well, wait a minute. He can't be playing the guy that has Puka, and you can't be playing the guy who has Puka. Oh,
I thought I had.
Okay.
Yeah,
Speaking of Puka, did you guys see this story over the weekend that one of the reasons Puka Nacua says he has been able to make such an impact as a rookie is that he has breakfast every morning with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. And this is one of my great mysteries of my career. I once said to Kobe, man, I know that people can't copy your talent. Your talent is off the charts. But they could copy your work ethic. How come every time I see, because you and I have been on it every day part.
Right.
So we started as a morning show. We were a night show. We've done afternoons. We've done middays. We've done every hour of every day. At some point in the 30 years we've been together, we've been on it every hour.
Yes.
And I would always see Kobe in the gym, no matter what time I was in there. Because I would go over to the gym early when we had a game, if we're doing afternoon drive or middays.
Right.
10 in the morning, there's Kobe. 4 in the afternoon, there's Kobe. Sometimes 11 o'clock at night, if he played bad, there's Kobe. Never saw anybody else with him.
Right.
So I said to him once, I said, doesn't anybody want to, pick your brain, follow you around? He said, one guy ever. It was Karan Butler, who was only with me for 1 year. I think what Puka Nacua is doing should be the norm rather than the exception.
Right.
If he's having breakfast every morning with Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, why isn't Van Jefferson there? Why isn't Tyler Higbee there?
Right.
Why isn't, Kyron Williams there?
Right.
If those 2 guys are having breakfast at the facility, if I'm on the roster, I'm crashing that breakfast, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And by the way,
really smart for Puka Nacua to do it.
The other good rule here is, you win one game and you've got a championship
You're walking
belt?
around the championship?
I'm gifting this to you guys for the league that we're in now, so you can give it to the champion.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're giving us...
You have this from a past league?
This belt for the league.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
All right, we will take
Winner
it.
of the league gets the belt.
All right.
Thanks for giving it away. I don't think it's coming back to you.
Could.
What's that?
That's a very nice belt.
Yeah, it is a great belt.
It's going to be really embarrassing, Mace, if you have to give it back to me.
It is going to be embarrassing. Thank you. Here's the thing. By the way, coming up next for you, did you see the record that Mookie Betts set this weekend?
No, what do you do?
We'll tell you coming up. Hey, I am driving a brand new Ioniq. It is smoking. It is Hyundai Ioniq. It is an EV. It is the first EV I have ever driven. I drove it in this morning, and I'm like, I don't know what half these buttons do, but I'm sure they do amazing stuff. And it feels like you're driving on air. It is amazing. And with next-level tech and safety features, Hyundai cars and SUVs give you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Advantages include the available class-exclusive digital key, which I've got, the available remote smart parking assist, which I've used, and because we want the road ahead to be as worry-free as possible, you get complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles and 10 years of America's best warranty. It's your journey. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Learn more about our award-winning lineup and our warranty at buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's Evan Cohen, part of the new ESPN Radio Morning Show with Chris Canty and Michelle.
Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
There she is. Once fixed up on a date with... Actually, we never went through with it. I called
Lucky
it off
her.
before. I was at a concert with Katrina and the Waves, and the manager of the band said, you should really meet Katrina. I met her. It just didn't go any further than that. So
you couldn't close. You couldn't. You're not Travis Kelce. Is what you're telling us.
I chose not to close.
Okay.
I think I chose not to close.
I see. Yes, we all believe that.
So, John, did you see that Mookie Betts has now more RBIs than any leadoff hitter in history?
Really?
He has
more than Ricky Henderson ever had.
Well, the record was Charlie Blackmon with 103.
Okay.
And he passed Charlie Blackmon this weekend with 105, which is extraordinary, 105 RBIs from the leadoff spot.
But when Dave Roberts was on with us Friday, he was saying one of the reasons why he wants Mookie to play this final week of the season is that he wants to keep him in the MVP race. Bergman, the MVP race is over, right?
Over.
Yeah,
Acuna.
Ronald Acuna, the Braves, is the MVP.
And by the way, I'd argue
best player on the best team.
Yes, he's 40-40. He's like the third guy in history to go 40-40, I think, right?
Somewhere around
I
there.
started trying to add it up. I think I think he's the third.
Something like that.
Yeah, he's something like that. And, I think he's got it locked up. Best player, best team, makes sense.
Dodgers can't catch him, right?
They.
I mean, like if Atlanta lost every game and the Dodgers
they were
won every game.
3.5 as of Friday. What are they now?
Let's see.
Dave said it wasn't important when Dave was on with us Friday.
No, they lost one game over the weekend.
Yeah, they won 2 out of 3, so.
Let's see.
Yeah, they lost.
Braves are 156, and the Dodgers are 96 and 59. So they're 3 back in the loss column. Yeah, they can.
I mean, it's
still
unlikely.
3.5 behind the Braves.
Yeah.
So Friday night, I'm looking for I'm out eating with Jack, and I took Wyatt out, who used to work here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love
and
Wyatt.
And so we're at Islands, and I'm like, where the hell's the Dodger game? I was just watching Sportsnet LA when I walked in here at 6:30. Where's the Dodger game? And the waiter goes, I don't know. I go, well, go ask somebody. Get the Dodger game on. Comes back. He goes, it's not on Sportsnet LA. I go,
oh, that's
It was that stupid Apple game.
It was the Apple game.
So I went home and had to fire up my Apple TV. I figured it out finally, but I got it. But boy, that's a bad deal.
The streaming thing
because bars
is a pain
don't
in the
get
ass.
it.
Yeah, bars don't get it, and it's hard. I mean, I would say the going between the streaming and the cable is a pain in the ass.
Right.
Like
we better get used to it because it's going to start happening more and more. Like Amazon's got these Thursday night games now. I think they have a playoff game this year.
But don't
wild
you think
card
somebody should develop a remote control where you just press one button and you go
back?
Yeah,
somebody will.
Yeah, because right now it's terrible. It's terrible when the stuff is on there.
They did. It's called regular cable.
Right, but the Dodger game on Friday wasn't on regular cable.
Right, no, I know. That's what I mean. It's like it was the same thing. You want a list of things like cable has, where there's a list of things that you can just bounce around between. It's all the same thing. It's going back to that. You want it to go back to regular cable.
I do want it to go. I wanted to go back to
you see what I'm saying here, though?
We want an Apple channel.
Yeah, Greg, we want simple.
I agree. I hate going back and forth between 2 games and 2 different platforms.
And the other thing about Apple TV is, I guess I could rewind it, but every time I rewound it, it went back like 2 innings.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to see one play.
Here's who I feel bad for. Old people.
Me.
Old people have got no chance with this stuff. Like Michael Thompson, there's no way he's ever going to figure out going from Apple to cable, from Apple to cable.
Yeah, he'll just call me.
He'll call you and get advice on how exactly do. Like my mom.
If Trace is in the game, he'll figure it out.
My mom and not stepdad Leo are pretty good, but you ask them what streaming service they have, they don't really. They're not aware of what streaming services they have. And
it's on the interwebs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Jorge, you recommended a show over the weekend to me on text.
A Million Miles Away.
Yeah, tell me.
It's a true story of Jose Hernandez, the first farm worker astronaut that he went to space.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's a good name. For that show.
A Million Miles Away.
Yeah, Million Miles. What are you watching right now?
What am I watching? Ooh, I just got done with season 2 of Selling the OC. By the way, Juan's going to make you watch this. And it first of all, it is just a tremendous upper body strength fest. These girls, it's like Cleavage First should be the name of this show. Just all over the place. And it's just an hour of them yelling at each other. It is as divisive as any reality show has ever been. But it's season 2 is 8 episodes. And I just got done last night with episode 8.
And it wraps up in a spectacular way?
No.
The sale of a home?
No.
Or nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, it wraps up with really hot girls yelling at each other.
Is this the short little bald guy who runs the thing?
2 of them, twins.
2 short little bald guys.
They're twins.
Run the show. See, I always thought there was one. Are they identical twins?
Yeah, the Oppenheim group, yeah. And they have an office in Beverly Hills, and they have one in Corona Del Mar. And this is about the one in Corona Del Mar. And they've hired a bunch of models, male and female.
Right.
To work there.
To act like real estate agents.
They all claim they are real estate agents.
Don't believe it.
I would like to see their licenses.
Yeah, I would check their licenses.
Displayed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what are we watching this? Oh, this
But I
fool.
told you, the one to watch, the show for you two guys to watch is Lioness on Paramount
Lioness.
Plus.
We're looking at that.
Jorge, you would love that show. Watch Lioness on Paramount Plus. It's Nicole Kidman runs a secret CIA operative, and she hired Zoe Saldana, and basically they've decided to find out where all the terrorists are in the Middle East and get girls, attractive women, to befriend the wives and girlfriends of the terrorists so they can find out where they're going to be, and then they kill them. It's
Nice.
a little brilliant.
Yeah.
Netflix? Where's it on?
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Okay.
Yeah.
We're watching This Fool. Do you like this? Have you ever seen This Fool?
I don't even know what it is.
Really, really funny. Chris Estrada and Frankie Quinones. And have you watched it?
I finished the whole thing.
Yeah. We just started it. It's good. Have you gotten into morning show?
No, but I will.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I'm
It's a good one.
saving that for when the season starts because I'm going to
Okay.
be on a bunch of planes.
Yeah.
So I'll watch that one on because I've seen every episode of that show.
Yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show.
All right, so we're doing What's Up Fool.
Yeah.
And then we're doing Game of Games, and then we're kicking it to Travis at 3:15.
Go Rams! Big night tonight.
We should bring Travis in to play Game of Games. Has he ever played it before?
Oh, he's in the middle of preparation of.
No, I just walked by. He's playing games on his computer.
Is
He's
he?
fine. I can ask him.
Is he
He'll
going to play Game of Games?
I'll ask him.
I can
see
ask
if
him.
he,
It's
see if he
Ireland's
wants
game
to.
today. I would imagine he's in the pressure cooker of doing a pregame show on a network and all that stuff. No?
I think Trav's done.
You think he's okay?
Well, he's done it for 6 years. I think
gonna
he's
be
got
just
it down.
fine. All
Yeah.
right. Coming up next, we are going to do What's Up, Fool? And this is Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you listen to the show, you know that my wife is a breast cancer survivor, and I love Terranea. Both those things are true. So, all the things I love are coming together. Terranea is turning pink this October in support of National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Terranea is proud to present Terranea Turns Pink, a series of heartfelt experiences throughout October. Proceeds from all these activities will benefit Play for Pink and have a lineup of events and activities on October 1st. Terranea, on that day, will be hosting the 9th annual Birdies for Breast Cancer at the Links. It's a day of golf, food, silent auction, on-course contests throughout October. Enjoy the signature Florecita pink cocktail. They've got an archery experience. They've got dueling pianos. They've got a silent auction, yoga under the stars. All of these things are benefiting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. To reserve your spot or to learn more, visit terranea.com/experiences or call 310-494-7891. Let me give you that number again. 310-494-7891. Terranea Turns Pink, where luxury meets compassion. Terranea, Terranea, Terranea.com.
The return of Million Dollar Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN. Each weekday at 2:45. What's up, fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so I want you to listen to Devontae Adams' postgame after losing to the Steelers.
I don't act like it's all crazy. It's week 3, but I don't got time to wait around, and it's not a personal thing. I mean, it is a personal thing, but it ain't just about me. But, I mean, it's not my mentality to sit here and try to take all season to figure it out. You use these early games like this to establish your identity, and we're not doing things the right way to establish a winning culture early in the season. So we got to do something to turn that around. Doing something about it so that when we go out there the next time, it looks different. It's not supposed to just be a week of just talking about. We got to go out there and do it. And, you know, that's the theme of this year is doing it, not just talking about it and figuring out what we need to do. We did all that last year. This year we got to be about it.
After hearing that, what does Adams' future with the Raiders look like?
All right, I'm a Raider fan, and I would trade him.
Yep.
I think that, Greg, they played bad enough last night where I think Josh McDaniels doesn't know what he's doing.
No,
I think eventually he'll be out. But what I care about now is how do we get Caleb Williams?
You're on board with me.
Yeah, and I am. And I think trading Devontae Adams for whatever you can get, and I think you can maybe get at least one number one, maybe two.
Probably one.
But maybe a first and a second, maybe
that kind of thing. Very rarely do two number ones go for.
And I think that at this point, I don't think the Raiders are a playoff team, so why keep Devontae? I think I would trade him. Wouldn't you?
Trade deadline's Halloween.
Yep.
See ya. I mean, honestly, I think at this point the Raiders. A good
by the way,
draft
Jimmy
pick,
G has a concussion. He went into concussion
That's
protocol
his
today.
second time in 3 weeks, by the way.
Yeah.
The best draft pick possible for the Raiders. And by the way, even if it's not number one, Michael Penix is pretty good.
Really good.
Shedeur Sanders.
Drake May.
Have a good weekend. Drake May is pretty good. I mean, there are other quarterbacks
This is
in
a
that draft.
good
even if you don't
quarterback
get number
draft,
one.
and I think we need to up our odds of getting one of those dudes.
Devontae Adams had like 13 catches, 172 yards, and 2 touchdowns last night.
Right.
In a loss.
He's great.
Yeah. So he can get a lot to come back. You can get a lot for him.
Oh, sure.
He's still not young enough. He's just right on that edge there. You got to do something with him. You're right. You have to either trade him or something.
Who else can they trade? Isn't there? Don't
Hunter
they have,
Renfrow? See, he hasn't been doing anything.
Hunter Renfrow hasn't done a thing.
Yeah, he hasn't done a thing. You can just give everybody.
By the way, there's
package
one
him with
team. There's
Josh
one
Jacobs.
team that if they trade for Devontae Adams, I think catapults them to the Super Bowl favorite. Kansas City.
Oh, I mean, they're
Kansas
favorites
City
anyway.
is kind of already.
Wouldn't you pick Miami right now?
Um,
If Miami played Kansas City in Florida in the AFC Championship game, who are you picking?
Kansas City.
Still Kansas City.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Miami looks really good. But
Still Kansas
if they got a number one receiver, because right now Mahomes is just throwing to Kelsey's his number one receiver.
You're correct. And
then a bunch of Kadarius Toney who drops everything, and Sky Moore, and all these dudes that. Like, if you put Devontae Adams on that team, look out.
But are the Raiders going to trade with the Chiefs in division?
Does it matter?
Yeah,
No, it
the
doesn't,
only
but also
question I ask when I make a trade is, what's the biggest return I can get?
if
I
you're
don't.
gonna-
I would trade anybody to anybody.
But their number one pick is going to be it's going to be like 30.
Well,
31. Like, you're not going to get a really
Oh, that's
good.
an interesting point. You're right. You're going to
You're not
get
gonna get
the
something.
last pick in the
Right.
draft, but you're still going to have your own pick at
Sure.
the top of the draft.
Yeah, sure.
So it would be a late first rounder.
If you can
to
get
go
one
along
higher,
with your early first
wouldn't
rounder.
you think you want that? Like, trade them to somebody that would be in the mid ground somewhere.
Right? Yeah. No, you're right. It doesn't have to be Kansas City.
No, it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
What's up, fool?
All right, so the Super Bowl halftime show for 2024 has their headliner.
Yeah.
Usher will be the lead, and he's dropping an album on Super Bowl Sunday as well.
Smart.
And it's also the 5th year in a row that Super Bowl has teamed with Jay-Z and Rock Nation for artists for the halftime act. I don't know if people will be joining him yet, but what do you think of Usher for the halftime show?
there has to be more to it than this, doesn't
Why?
there? I'm a little
He's
disappointed.
Usher's a big
Yeah.
deal.
Oh, wait a minute. But Usher, like normally, Usher might be able to sell out an arena. Normally, if you're playing halftime at the Super Bowl, you can sell out a stadium. Usher can't do that. I think he's got to be bringing people with him.
Well, I think that a lot of times they do bring people with them now. It's not necessarily just one. But
it's not out there yet if there is people coming with them, but it hasn't been for the last few years. So in 2020, it was Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. There was them two. The Weeknd was by himself.
Yep.
Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and
together,
Kendrick
Yeah,
Lamar
that was like a super team.
Yeah, but they were just put together, and Rihanna was by herself.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if it's Usher by himself. I think it's underwhelming.
Huge.
What,
You don't-
huge
yeah,
in
he
what?
is.
Huge in what way?
Well, he sells a ton of. I'm just looking at the record sales.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
his
when's
record sales are unbelievable.
when's the last time he had a hit? I mean, I know he's got a new
dropping
album coming
on
out,
the
but
day.
But I mean, we might be listening to it right now. This is What year did this come out, Jorge?
2003, 2004, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe.
I mean, it's just a weird choice to me. I mean, Usher's great. I don't put him in the category of Super Bowl headliner.
His last show was, his last album was Hard to Love in 2016, and then his brand new album is Coming Home in 2020.
Yeah, so he hasn't had an album in 7 years, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he hasn't put anything
So what's
new,
huge
but
about him?
I think
if he hasn't had an album in 7 years.
I think, it's so much about that. You go to
nostalgia, John. That's what it is.
nostalgia, and
what I would have done, I said this last week. What I would have done is gone all boy band.
Right.
I would have had Boys to Men open it up, and then I would have had like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, like that whole. I would have see if you could talk Beyonce and Destiny's Child into, reuniting that group and do a whole like old school bands that were from that era. I thought it would have been a big hit, but if they're going with Usher, I mean, Jay-Z's in charge of the whole thing,
right?
So he must know something.
Yeah, so, but Usher, he still sells out concerts, I believe. Like if you go see Usher, it's a big ticket.
Oh yeah, it's a big ticket.
When's the last time he toured?
I think he's touring. I don't think he's stopped.
I don't know my Usher history, so I don't know. I
have nothing against Usher. I just thought they could do better.
Yeah, Imagine. I just got a text from our friend Ryan Walker from Imagine Dragons. He says Imagine Dragons for a halftime show. I would love that.
Yeah.
He went to France yesterday. He was in France yesterday. On Wednesday, he's still in France. So he's touring right now.
Okay, he's touring. Yeah, I'm not really excited about it.
No. Really? I thought you would be
No,
excited.
not really excited about it. It's kind of a nostalgia play, which is interesting. I think there will be other performers with Usher. This is just my guess.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that they're probably going to. Yeah, like Alicia Keys would be great. But
Alicia Keys,
but they've got to have more than just Usher. Just a guy who last released an album 7 years ago. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see.
What's up, fool?
All right, so we're talking about what we're watching on Netflix and whatnot. So there's something called Stan Lee. It's about comics, how Marvel came about.
Yeah.
It's National Comic Book Day. I know you like, Marvel movies. What is the best movie that's been adapted from a comic book into film that you like? What's your favorite comic book movie?
My favorite, Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight, adapted from the DC comics. That is my favorite movie adapted from.
Well, it's one of the Batmans, right? I mean, there have been 7 or 8 Batmans that are all pretty good.
Yeah.
Is there? I mean, unless Black Panther, you could put that on your list. That came from
Black Panther was
right?
great. Yeah. Avengers and Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame is fantastic. Those two are great, especially together.
Yeah, those are all adapted from. These are all adapted from comic books.
I love all the X-Men's. I mean,
sure.
There are tons of. And is this a movie about Stan Lee, a documentary?
Yeah, it's how how he came about, how Marvel was created, the story.
And is it a documentary or somebody playing Stan Lee?
No, it's a documentary, and then it's animated too, so it's not like interviews and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's animated as a comic book, clay stuff. It's a very cool documentary to watch.
And it's on
Stan
what?
Lee on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
Check that out.
Like the Deadpool movies, all the Spider-Man man movies are all they're great.
Yes.
What's up, fool?
All right, so Kim Kardashian is in the new American Horror Story.
Mm-hmm.
Will you watch because of her, and how do you think her acting skills are going to be?
So I don't watch American Horror Story.
Either do I, but I heard it's good.
They're too creepy for me. I think American Horror Story is super creepy. Now, Juan, who's a huge Kim Kardashian fan, did show me her first scene on American Horror Story, and I got to say, it's a very foul-mouthed scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a very foul-mouthed
Because she really
scene.
isn't that way, but good for her.
Yeah, I will tell you off the air what she says. It's quite a line. But if you watch it, they're too creepy for me. I don't like scary stuff. I've never been a big fan. But she seemed pretty good to me. She seemed pretty solid.
Yes, as you know, Greg, in my eyes, Kim Kardashian can do no wrong. So I will probably go on YouTube and check out her scenes, but I'm with Mace. I don't really watch American Horror Story. Do you?
No, I don't watch it either. But I
like
you
Ryan,
specifically would watch
I thought
it
Ryan
for
Murphy, who produces that, is normally really good at making TV. So that would it'd be interesting. But I think Kim. Have you ever seen Mace? You've seen Kim in person, right?
I have. Yeah, I was at the Lakers press room. And
Yeah,
saw
she
her
is
and Kanye.
in person. She is striking.
Yeah,
I mean, like she just reeks of sex appeal.
And I will say this, too. She could not have been nicer to the people that were working the press room while I was there. And Kanye could not have been more disrespectful to the people.
I've had the same experience with both of them.
Yes.
By
the way, somebody's pointing out to me, Usher sold out residency at the Park Dolby Live at Park MGM.
Okay. Don't even know what that is.
Is that true?
A residency.
Is that true, or is that part of the hack?
Come on. No, that's a Vegas residency. I mean,
good for him.
That's what he's got going on.
And this is in Vegas, so that makes sense.
Perfect.
What's up, fool?
All right, so Magic Johnson was asked about Winning Time and whether he liked it or not, and he said, I never watched it. Do you believe him in the slightest that he watched no Winning Time?
100% don't believe him.
I don't believe him
There's no
either.
possible way. If somebody made, even if it was negative, if somebody made a negative Steve Mason movie, I'd be the first one in line to see it. Like, I want to know what they're saying. And if you fictionalize my life, I'm going to watch. There's no way Magic Johnson didn't watch.
I don't necessarily think he watched every minute of every episode like we all did, but he checked it out. And by the way, the kid that played him, Quincy Isaiah, did a really good job.
He did a great
Now,
job.
Magic might argue differently because it'd be hard if somebody did like a Mason and Ireland movie and they made up a bunch of crap about us. It would be hard to swallow. And I think that's what Winning Time did. But it was super entertaining, and Quincy Isaiah was great.
Yeah, even Jeannie came along.
Yeah, Jeannie tried to save it late after they cast Jay Moore, who we like.
You really think that's the only reason why she came out?
Well, she talked about it on that podcast.
But didn't she talk about the fact that the year before she said something about John C. Reilly's playing?
Yeah, she told a funny story in that podcast where she heard John C. Reilly was at a game. So there's only 2 or 3 places you can go if you're a celebrity at Laker games at halftime. You got to know somebody, but there's only 3 places where you would be. So Jeannie found out where John C. Reilly was hanging out. And she walked up to him because she wanted to tell him what a great job she thought Reilly did as Dr. Buss.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells this story that, so she walks up to him and goes, John, I'm Jeannie Buss. And John C. Reilly looks at her and goes, oh no, are you here to throw me out?
Huh.
Because he had heard that she wasn't a fan of winning. She goes, no, the opposite. I came to tell you what a great job you did. I would never throw you out. I think you're going to win an Emmy. Now, he didn't. He could still win one for season 2, but he didn't even get nominated for season 1.
No, didn't get nominated for season 2.
Oh, it's over?
Yeah, it's already over.
Yeah, but
the awards aren't until by the way, the strike is over for the writers, which is great.
Great.
Right.
Now we just got to get it over for the
they
actors.
still have to the membership still has to vote on it over the next few days, right?
Yeah.
But it looks like it's a formality.
But they got hopefully SAG-AFTRA's right behind, and the world can return to normal.
and then we get everything back.
But they moved the Emmys because of the writers' strike to January, so the nominations are out, but the award show isn't until January.
What's up, fool?
All right, this is from you, John. Puka Nacua says that one of the reasons for his early season success is that he has breakfast.
Greg, do you actually listen to the show?
Did I hear? I missed it?
We did that one.
Oh, I must have missed it. I ran out of things, and I just went going through your email that you sent this on. I missed that one.
We did.
If I missed one thing, is that the end of
No,
the
but
world?
we did like 5 minutes on it.
Was I in the room? I might have watched
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I think you were in the room. I think you were in the room.
Oh, I missed it.
By the way,
Jorge, was he in the room?
I was in the room too, and I don't remember.
We're obviously providing very compelling content today.
Yeah. By the way, the other thing about the Puka Nacua thing, if you're just tuning in, one of the reasons why he believes he's had success is that he has breakfast every day at the training facility with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
which makes sense.
and you didn't hear me tell the story about how nobody ever copied Kobe's work ethic, and I wondered why, and you guys just must have tuned out.
So here's what I would say.
We can't even hold the guys. This does not bode well for us. If we can't hold the attention of the guys in the other room, I can't imagine people driving in their cars right now.
When it comes to the Kobe and his work ethic, I've heard it so many times that I
tuned it out.
So here's what I will say, though, about the Puka Nacua thing that's a little bit different. No matter what business you're in, and this is what Puka found out, hang around the smart people. Hang around the people who are really, really good at their jobs and hope something rubs off on you and hope that person gives you a little leg up.
And the other thing is, if you're starting at a job, like Puka Nacua is, I remember when I got my first job in TV. I got a job in Monroe, Louisiana, at an NBC affiliate, and they assigned me to the day shift.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working every day from 9 to 5. Well, the newscasts were at 5, 6, and 10.
Okay.
So I just never left.
Right.
I mean, I didn't know anybody there. I didn't have any friends there. And so my boss comes to me one day and he goes, I'm not paying you overtime. I go, yeah, I know, but I'm here to get better.
Right.
I go, I want to be here when the newscasts are on. And they would just, I was shocked how many times they just threw me into stuff.
Yeah.
They said, hey, go do this, go do that, go do that. Just by hanging. That's what Puka Nacua is doing.
Hang around. That's
Right.
what all the social media guys and all the interns and stuff
Right.
that we've hired, they're hanging around. That's
Yeah.
what you do. Hang around until you get your call. I was at the eye doctor on Saturday. It was going to be totally unsolicited throwout. A shout out. I did got an eye doctor appointment, and she told me that her kid, a guy named Darian Vaziri, does the Locked On Clippers show for David Locke every day.
He's
every
the
day.
one.
He's the one.
He's
He
the
is-
one Clipper fan that is doing a podcast.
Yes, so if you are a Clippers fan, check out Darian Vaziri. He's Dime Dropper on YouTube. Just unsolicited shout out for my eye doctor's kid. All right, coming
Now,
up next.
did we figure out, is Travis going to play?
He was on the phone, so I got to wait. I got to
Okay.
off.
Okay, we're going to do Game of Games coming up.
This is a very important game of games for Mason. Yes. Because if you win today,
yep,
you are up 3 on everybody with only 4 days to go. It would be insurmountable.
Month of the race.
Yeah, and you've never, for people who listen to the show, you may know Mason's never, ever in 4 years won a month outright. He's tied a couple of times.
Yes, only twice.
Yeah, but he's never won one outright.
Oh, this is my month.
So, and it's my game, and I fear I outsmarted myself.
Okay.
But we'll get into that next.
All right, coming up tonight at Hollywood Park Casino, join producer Jorge, hip, hip, hooray.
Hip, hip, Jorge.
And producer Laura, Monday Night Football HPC, got a chance to enter to win $1 million as part of $1 Million Mondays. That's Monday Night Football with producer Jorge and Laura tonight at Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, and play. We are counting down to Rams Bengals. You will hear it right here. Pre-game is coming up for you in about 18 minutes. In the meantime, Game of Games is next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's Evan Cohen.
Radio show in L.A., Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. It is an extraordinary month because I have the lead in Game
Shockingly.
of Games. Bergman, what's the score? I got a couple of points on somebody. Is that right?
Yes, you do. You have 5. Mason has 5. I have 3. Brian Cohn has 2. Ireland has 2. Pedro has 1. Sedano 1. Tyler 1. Kaplan 1. And it's worth 2 this whole week.
All right, so big one for Mace. All right, so we've got 4 players. We welcome to the show both Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison, who have never played Game of Games.
First time.
Yeah, this is your debut,
Maiden
Trav.
voyage.
Okay, so here's the game, and Greg, I may have outsmarted myself. I wanted a game that Mason would struggle at, but after I wrote it, I looked it up, and the last time I played it, you won. This is...
Same answers?
This is, no, the Jersey game. I'll read you a list of players from various sports that all wore the same jersey number.
On,
well, he's bad
totally
with numbers.
No, you won the last time we played.
I know, but I don't know any numbers.
How did you win the last time we played?
It must have been a friggin' miracle or a lot of guesswork.
Well, then get your guesswork
I don't
ready.
know numbers. All right.
All right. As soon
Travis
as
is going to win.
I'm
going to call it now.
Your name, Bergman, you got a shot here. Your name is your buzzer. As soon as you know the number I'm talking about, weigh in. So I'm going to give you a list of players.
Okay, gotcha.
And then when they all wore the same number.
Got it.
When you know the number,
okay,
say your name. Okay? Here we go. George Gervin. Pete Maravich.
Travis. 44.
44 is correct.
Yeah, I have no chance in this.
Travis is running away with this. I already know.
You did. You successfully rigged this.
You can win. I would just jump in early and guess a number.
I'll guess a number, sure.
-1 for complaining.
I don't.
-1 for complaining.
No, I have no chance anyway.
No. I'll let slide. Don't complain anymore. All right. Mickey Mantle.
Mason.
Travis.
Mason.
6.
No, Trav.
7.
7.
Oh, it's right there.
So close. Okay. All right. Marshawn Lynch.
Mason.
Mason.
23.
Boom!
Yeah.
Kyron Williams was next. Would you have got
Kyron
that
Williams,
one?
And then you go Jordan. And
See? This is how you won before.
That's my lucky number, 23.
That's actually a tricky one, though.
Yeah, because he wore different numbers at different teams.
Yeah,
that's true.
Oh,
okay.
Kirk, point of information.
Now,
yes, he wore 10 at
all right, here we go.
Okay.
This will be the 4th one. Travis 2, Mason 1. Bergman and Kirk yet to scratch.
And Jorge.
Yeah, Jorge says he's sitting this one out.
Okay.
Dave Roberts.
Mason.
Travis.
Mace.
3.
Greg. Trav.
30.
30 is the correct answer.
The 0,
All right.
He's on fire.
Yeah. So
Travis was always going to win this thing. Okay.
From the beginning.
No, Mace, you had a shot
I'm
there.
just guessing numbers.
All right. Ronnie Lott.
Mason.
Travis.
Mace.
16.
No, Trav.
42.
42. Wow. This
Can't even get in.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Travis is
wheelhouse.
a star right now.
All right.
Just yell out.
Here we go.
Just Kirk.
Thanks for playing, Travis.
At least Travis is winning because that will not affect me in the scores.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
I may hang out on. Was this an every Monday situation?
Yeah, okay. All right, here we go.
Everyday situation.
Here we go. Next one. DeMar DeRozan. Kirk.
10.
Boom! What? Did you know, or was that a guess?
He wore number 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, Kirk's on the board.
You got to get in quick over here.
Yeah.
Man.
You got to.
Golly. It's
Okay.
Travis guy over here.
All right. Next one. With the Heat, Jimmy Butler.
Kirk.
Mace.
30.
No.
Travis.
Kirk.
2-2.
22. Kirk Morrison. 2 in a row.
Kirk's hot.
I
had to take. I get the
How
hang of
did
it
I
now.
ever win this game? This is
Well,
ridiculous.
you're on
must
the
have been
board.
sh-
Bergman doesn't have any.
It must have
I
been
like
sheer
this.
guessing on my part. I'm just guessing numbers.
See, now I'm in the zone.
All right, here
Kirk,
we go.
you don't know this, but I have no idea what anybody's number is. In any sport, I remember 23, which is my
still
lucky
think
number.
Cooper
and
Cup
that's
is
about
18,
it.
right?
Yeah, I
Yep.
do.
See, you see-
Even I get his 10.
He's been number 10 for about 2 years.
Yeah.
He's still number
Okay.
18, and you don't, Mason.
There's 3 left, Mace. You need
Okay.
to get this to stay alive
Okay.
to catch Travis. Aaron Judd.
Mason.
Kirk.
Travis.
Mason.
10.
No, Trav.
Oh,
99.
99 is
Mason.
Travis is running
I'm telling
away
you, I
with
don't
it.
know any numbers. How many
99,
times do we go
though?
through that? No clue. You were going to say Aaron Donald, which I would have gotten.
Yeah, I was going to say it was Aaron Judge, J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, Wayne Gretzky. They get easier as they go on. Okay, next one.
I'm out, right?
Yeah, just
I
keep playing.
mercifully
Just keep
out?
playing.
Okay.
All right. LaDainian
Mace.
Tomlinson
Travis.
Mace.
12.
No.
21.
21. Travis is putting a beat
Yeah.
down on these people.
Put Travis
All
down.
right, one more, and then we'll do the tiebreaker just for fun. Cal
Kirk.
Ripken. Kirk.
Travis.
9.
No.
8.
8.
Ah,
Wow.
One less. I just had to just jump in.
Clean
It was
sweep.
8.
Yeah, that's it. All right, here's the tiebreaker just for
I just
kicks.
just jump in.
Just for kicks.
Boy, I feel bad that I wrote like 4 names for each one. Travis got it after
I
the
know,
first
after
one every time.
First one, yeah.
Would you have gotten Kirk Cousins?
10.
No, he was 8.
Oh, was he 8?
Yeah, so I
okay.
should have led with
Should've
that.
started with
Steve
Kirk.
Young,
8.
young Kobe Bryant. Yeah, that would have been
Here's the thing. The baseball guys I'm going to be the quickest with.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the tiebreaker. If you add up numerically every number, I got one more. Let me do this one first.
Okay.
All right. Tyler Lockett.
Oh, Kirk.
16. Boom. Yeah, very good,
I didn't
Kirk.
know that one.
Yeah, it was Tyler Lockett, Jared Goff, Pau Gasol, Joe Montana. Okay, here's the tiebreaker. If you add up every number from 1 to 100, what total number do you get?
Oh, God, I've never done that before.
Everybody take a guess. All right,
Okay.
Greg, what do you get?
87.
Okay, Mace.
Add up every number?
Every number.
So 1 plus 1 plus
1
3.
plus 2 plus
I'll
3
say
plus 4.
999.
Oh, I
Okay.
got that wrong.
Kirk.
Wow. I will go. Let's go 776.
Trav.
1,000.
You guys are all way low. It's 5,050.
Oh,
Yeah, 50-50.
So
Yeah.
Travis
Yeah.
would've
What
won
number
that too.
did you say for Marshawn Lynch?
Well, Marshawn Lynch in Seattle was 23.
He's 24.
No, he's 24.
Oh,
but
so he was 23
he
in
was
Buffalo?
drafted in Buffalo as 23. So
Yeah,
correct.
Okay.
So if you went with his drafted number,
So the
he's
numbers-
23.
yeah,
College was 10.
The number,
He's 12
That's why
the
you're
other ones
saying
in
that it
that
was-
group were Kyron Williams,
Yep.
Kirk Gibson,
Oh, yeah.
and Michael Jordan.
Got it.
So, yeah, you guys eventually would have got it. All right, so Travis is on the board. Travis has now tied me. He's
Yeah.
played one day, and he's tied me for the
Tied
money.
on the score. We got to have you back to play.
Only if it's number games. That
number
or
games
baseball
is fun.
cards from the 70s. I got a
I
chance.
am now going to so rig tomorrow's game against John Ireland. It is
Well, I
ridiculous.
don't think I can win anyway. The one you need to worry about is Bergman. How many do you have?
I have 3.
Yeah, so
3.
he's more.
Oh,
of a,
I got to
he's-
rig it against Bergman.
Yeah.
You win twice, John, and you're past
Yeah,
him.
but we'll see. The other thing is, right before we started that game, I asked Travis, "Do you think the Rams are going to win tonight?" And you said what?
Yes.
Why?
Because Joe Burrow will either not play or be severely hobbled.
All right,
Okay, got an update.
Yeah, just the Dave Singer tweet.
Yeah,
text.
Ian Rappaport says Burrow is expected to play tonight. He
Yeah.
said it on NFL Network's Game Day Kickoff.
I think I expected him to play
Me
as
too,
well,
yeah.
but the fact that he was unable to practice, the fact that he looked not very good in the 2 games he did play in, that calf's giving him a hard time. Rams are pretty good.
Yep.
It might be a little fanny on my part, but what I've seen through 2
All right.
weeks is pretty good.
Kirk, give me an honest answer to this question. You're in the Rams locker room.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that Joe Burrow's going to play, and you know he's got a bum calf.
Yeah.
You going after it?
Oh, Raheem Morris better be bringing blitzes from the left, from the right, up the middle.
Yeah.
Make him run.
Not
him
intentionally
uncomfortable.
trying to hurt him,
No.
but knowing that he's limited, they're going to come after him,
Yeah,
right?
That's his gamesmanship. You want to
Yeah.
see if he can get out of the pocket. And to me, that's something that Aaron Donald is going to make his life a living hell tonight.
Right.
That's what and this is all desperation. If he's playing tonight, if they're 2-0, he's not playing. They're 0-2. Their season is on the line tonight.
Yeah,
That's why
and
he's
every
playing.
other team in that division is 2-1.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So 0-3 would be fatal.
0-3, you're already playing as a wild card. I don't know if they want to do that.
Hey, Kirk, we got a couple of minutes left. What's wrong with Brandon Staley? Why is he going for it with 1:51 left?
And I
in his own
argued, Kirk,
24?
that if he makes it, everybody calls him a genius.
No,
but
you're
when he
not
doesn't
on
make
that
it,
one.
you're
It's
an
a bad
idiot.
Not on
decision
that
no
one.
matter
Not
what.
on that one. That was
Yeah.
no matter what. Like doing that, I'm watching that live and saying, really? Both teams didn't want to win that game yesterday. I've never seen that. Both teams just didn't want to play yesterday.
If that were Patrick Mahomes on the other team, maybe
Correct.
you go
Yes.
for it.
Right.
Maybe you go for it there, but not when it's Kirk Cousins.
No.
Not when it's Kirk Cousins.
Why didn't they sneak there?
I don't know why. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles do it every single
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
single game, 3rd and 1, and you already know what happens.
Jalen Hurts
Trav,
gets right
look
underneath there.
look at this live shot of Joe Burrow. Does that look like a guy that's playing?
No, it doesn't.
It does not.
I don't know what Ian Rappaport
Questionable tonight versus the Rams, according to.
I
the
think they're
TV.
gonna.
He's sitting
they're
on
gonna
a
make
bench
it
in
look like he's
shorts.
not going to play.
Okay, not that anybody ever does this, but
Right.
when you load all of the, was it Toradol? Is that the
Yeah,
stuff? Right.
Toradol,
When you
good
take
stuff.
all the Toradol,
Yeah.
can you feel your leg, or does it still hurt a little bit? Like,
Well, see,
does it
this
feel
is-
like you go to the dentist and half your
Yeah.
face feels
Yeah,
numb? Does it feel like that?
But this is a calf, though. You need that muscle. My only thing is that I've seen guys with the calf injury, and when you overcompensate, the next thing that goes is what? The Achilles.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That
What's what
because-
happened to Durant? They called it
Yes.
that calf injury
Calf,
until the
calf,
Achilles
calf,
went.
calf, and then all of a sudden you're overcompensating on that one leg. So to me, look, if he wants to play, that's fine. Look, he's got his own teammates telling him, just sit out, dude. Sit
Right.
out. We need you for the long haul. We don't need you right now.
If you were coaching them, would you play him?
Whew, that's what I'm saying. You're coaching right now for a season.
Right.
And
So if you're Zach Taylor, do you play him?
you rest on what the medics say. If the medics say he can go, he can go. If the medics say, you know what, one more week, but this is again 0-2.
Yeah.
0-2.
All right.
Travis,
what is this
They're gonna
sign?
get
That's,
in the
that's the
needle.
injection. He's going to get
Oh,
the
the needle?
Yeah.
Taking the needle?
He's
Yeah.
going to
Getting the needle.
Oh, boy.
the Toradol shot.
All
Probably
right.
more than one.
Train.
I'm not going to take a Toradol shot, but I will be numb for the Rams game.
You're going full Chris Mad Dog
Russo.
Russo.
Yes.
Full Mad Dog.
Russo.
The full Russo.
I have a
yes.
feeling it won't be half a gummy, though.
All right. Rams pregame is next for you. Go Rams. See you tomorrow at 1:17.